Shawarma. It's smoky, juicy, and packed with flavors that hit your taste buds like fireworks. Walk down any busy street in the Middle East, Europe, or even New York, and chances are you'll catch that unmistakable smell of meat roasting on a vertical spit. But have you ever wondered where shawarma really came from? How did this humble wrap travel across borders, winning hearts everywhere from Cairo to California? Today, we're unwrapping the incredible story of shawarma, from its ancient roots to its global domination. 1. Where it all began. The roots of shawarma trace back hundreds of years to the Ottoman Empire in what we know today as Turkey. Back then, people cooked meat horizontally over open flames. But one clever innovation changed everything: the vertical spit grill. This new way of cooking allowed meat to roast slowly, letting fat drip down and flavor each slice. The result? Tender, smoky meat that could be shaved off in thin, juicy strips. Turks called it sevirme, meaning to rotate, which later inspired the world's favorite street food. 2. The birth of shawarma. As the Ottoman Empire expanded, so did its food. The vertical spit method spread across the Middle East, where locals put their own twist on it. Arabs began seasoning the meat with a mix of warm spices, cumin, turmeric, paprika, cinnamon, and garlic. The name shawarma itself comes from the Turkish word çevirme, but in Arabic, it transformed into shawarma. Slowly, this dish became the go-to street food across countries like Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt. Unlike other meats, shawarma wasn't just about taste. It was about community. Families would gather around food stalls, watching the vendor slice juicy meat and wrap it in warm bread with fresh veggies and tahini sauce. It was affordable, filling, and full of flavor. 3. From street corners to cultural icon. By the 20th century, shawarma had cemented itself as the king of Middle Eastern street food. Vendors served it in pita bread or flatbread, topped with pickles, garlic sauce, or hummus. Some used chicken, others lamb or beef. But what made shawarma so popular wasn't just its taste, it was its adaptability. Every region gave it a unique twist. In Egypt, you'd find beef shawarma with tahini. In Lebanon, chicken shawarma with garlic paste called toum. In Syria, lamb was the star. It became more than just food. It was an identity. Eating shawarma meant tasting the culture of the Middle East, wrapped in every bite. 4. Shawarma travels the world. So how did shawarma go from Middle Eastern streets to becoming a global superstar? The answer is migration. In the mid-20th century, many Middle Eastern families moved to Europe and North America. They brought their recipes with them, opening small restaurants and food stalls. Suddenly, in cities like Berlin, Paris, London, and New York, people were introduced to this magical wrap. In fact, Germany became one of the biggest shawarma hubs, though there it's often called doner kebab. Turkish immigrants in Berlin made it a quick takeaway option with bread, salad, and sauces. Today, Berlin alone sells hundreds of tons of shawarma-style kebabs every day. From there, shawarma kept spreading. Now, whether you're in Dubai, Toronto, or even Tokyo, you can find shawarma sizzling away on a spit. 5. Shawarma's influence on global fast food. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Shawarma didn't just travel, it inspired other dishes. In Greece, shawarma evolved into gyros, wrapped in pita with tzatziki sauce. In Mexico, Lebanese immigrants created tacos al pastor marinated pork cooked on a spit, served with pineapple. Even Western fast food chains took notes, experimenting with wraps and flatbreads inspired by shawarma's style. It's wild to think about how one Ottoman invention ended up influencing foods across 3 continents. 6. Why shawarma became a global favorite. So what makes shawarma so irresistible? 3 simple reasons. Flavor explosion. The spices, marinades, and sauces make it one of the most flavorful street foods on earth. Affordability. It's filling and usually cheaper than a big restaurant meal. Convenience. It's handheld, portable, and perfect for busy city life. Shawarma is proof that the simplest foods often conquer the world. No fancy silverware, no luxury dining, just bread, meat, and flavor. From the Ottoman Empire to street corners around the globe, shawarma's journey is the story of food connecting cultures. What started as meat on a rotating spit is now a billion-dollar street food loved by millions. So, next time you take a bite of that juicy shawarma wrap, remember you're tasting centuries of history and tradition. And if you're watching this hungry right now, don't worry, you're not alone. Which style of shawarma do you love the most? Chicken, beef, or lamb? Drop your answer in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Foodie Circle for more tasty food stories around the world.